وهو الحكمة باب فن المعاملات، وهو الحكمة الباحثة عن كيفية إقامة المبادلات والمعاونات والأكساب على الاتفاق الثاني. والأصل في ذلك أنه لما ازدحمت الحاجات وطلب الإتقان فيها وأن تكون على وجه تقر بها الأعين وتلذ به الأنفس تعذر إقامتها من كل واحد، وكان بعضهم وجد طعاما فاضلا عن حاجته ولم يجد ماء، وبعضهم ماء فاضلا ولم يجد طعاما، فرغب كل واحد فيما عند الآخر، فلم يجدوا سبيلا إلى المبادلة، فوقعت تلك المبادلة بموقع من حاجاتهم، فاصطلحوا بالضرورة على أن يقبل كل واحد على إقامة حاجة واحدة وإتقانها والسعي في جميع أدواتها ويجعلها ذريعة إلى سائر الحوائج بواسطة المبادلات، وصارت تلك سنة مسلمة عندهم. ولما كان كثير من الناس يرغب في شيء وعن شيء فلا يجد من يعامله في تلك الحالة في تلك الحالة اضطروا إلى تقدمة وتهيئة، واندفعوا إلى الاصطلاح على جواهر معدنية تبقى زمانا طويلا أن تكون المعاملة بها أمرا مسلما عندهم، وكان أليق من بينها الذهب والفضة لصغر حجمهما وتماثل أفرادهما وعظم نفعهما في بدن الإنسان ولتأتي التجمل بهما، فكان نقدين بالطبع وكان غيرهما نقدا بالاصطلاح
إلى آخره. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، وصلى الله على النبي الكريم محمد وآله وأصحابه أجمعين. As we mentioned before, that irtifaqat are basically of two types. But the first type consists of two and the second type as well. So irtifaq awwal, or the very basic stage of civilization, is the life of people in far-flung areas like 2-3 houses on a hilltop or somewhere in deserts. So their life is very simple. And the second irtifaq, which is furthermore developed and improved shape of the first irtifaq. So that is there in the well-built towns and cities. Got it? So now, in these well-built cities, the people, they are enjoying their life because they have exchanged views with one another and experiments as well. And thus their life got improved. So their food, that is a delicious one. Their dress, that is a different one. Their houses made of good bricks or good type of marbles or things like that. So in everything, they have improved way of life. Got it? So now, in this improved way of life, the third thing is muamalat and transactions. When people, they are living in big numbers somewhere, so for sure transactions will be taking place. But from the very beginning, the life was going on like this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, هو الذي خلق لكم ما في الأرض جميعا ثم استوى إلى السماء فسواهن سبع سماوات وهو بكل شيء عليم. Yet Allah is that one who has created all the things in this world for all of you. So all things for all human. All things for all human. So that's why the fuqaha said al-ibahatul asliya, that things in this world are mubah and lawful and permissible for all humans. Got it? Or not it? Yes. Now, as long as people were not in plenty in this world. So whatever they were in need of, they were taking it and using it. Others were coming and taking things for free because things were in plenty and people were few in number. So if all over these deserts, there is spinach, and there is tomato, and there is potato, and there is all this type of thing. So is there any room for exchange or for sale and purchase? No. People will go and they will take for their need, and then other come and other comes and other comes. But later on, when the people were increasing in number and sources were straightening or things were straightening, so then the possession started that people used to possess. Now the possession that gives the ownership on such like thing, the possession gives the ownership. Now for example, the fish in Karan river, it belongs to whom? To nobody. It belongs to nobody. That's the mubahi asli or ibahati asli. Now if somebody, he put his net there or whatever cage he has, and he caught a fish and caught it, so now that fish belongs to whom? The one who got it. And as that is valuable, now that is to him to give it to someone for free or to give it for price, because he is the owner. So now the owner, so now let's say that he caught more than one fish, a few fish. Yes? And Dawjan, he had a gallon of milk. Got it? Now Dawjan there, he was in need of fish and he was in need of some milk. So thus the transaction and the barter sale took place. That you will give me some of your milk and I will give you some of my fish. So basically the transaction started there, goods for goods. What? Goods for goods. In Sharia that is called Bay'ul Muqayada, and in law it is called the barter sale. Bay'ul Muqayada or barter sale. So that was the first one. This is called Bay'ul Muqayada. Like this. Barter sale. You are giving some stuff to someone and he sells to you his stuff. So goods for goods is called barter sale or Bay'ul Muqayada. So thus the ownership took place like this from the very beginning. Otherwise, as we mentioned, keeping in view the ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah and other ayat, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that khalaqalakum. He is addressing human in general, not the Muslims. That I have created the whole world for all of you. So the whole world for all of you, it means that you have the right to use it for your own good. And that is called original permissibility or al-ibahatul asliyah. Original or basic permissibility or al-ibahatul asliyah. After that, they say, for example, now somebody, he has the fabrics you are in need of, and you have the grain he is in need of. You both are in need of giving some of your stuff to the other. Got it? Now carrying the fabric is not that heavy, but carrying the grain, that's an extra labor. That is what?
An extra labor.
An extra labor. So they say, how we can make it easy? How can we make it easy? So they were thinking of to find such a thing which could be considered a currency. Which could be considered
a currency.
A currency. So they were testing the metals. Testing the metals. So they found out that the best type of metal is the gold and silver. The best type of metal is
the gold and silver.
The gold and silver. Later on I will tell you that how. Yes, otherwise the best type of metal is the uranium, but that is not available in plenty. That is not available in plenty. So that's why they agreed upon gold and silver. So at that time, what they used to do, they were giving a piece of gold, buying grain for that. A piece of silver, buying milk for that. And later on, they used to put that gold and silver with the goldsmith. With what?
The goldsmith.
With the goldsmith. And the goldsmith, he used to give him a paper, handwritten paper, signed duly by him, which was carrying, yes, the value of that gold which is with that goldsmith. Got it?
Good.
Or not it? So then he was buying stuff on that very paper. Got it?
Good.
He was taking that paper too. Yes. So Tarijan, he was sure that, oh yes, that sonar is very well known. It means that he is dependable and reliable guy. Yes. So he was selling him. When he was in need of, he used to go to that goldsmith, giving them that paper, and he was giving the gold.
Sure.
Got it? So that was a currency of that time. That paper of goldsmith, that was a currency of that time. Got it?
Right.
So anyhow, then later on I will tell you. And that's why in Sharia, gold and silver is called an-naqdan al-asliyan. What? An-naqdan. Al-asliyan. What? Natural currency. That gold and silver, that's natural currency. Now this case was later on. That sometime later they use to make a coin of gold or coin of silver. Got it?
Yeah.
Heating it up and stamping it with the state stamp, which was called the dirham and dinar. Made of silver, it was called the dirham. Made of gold,
Dinar.
it was called the dinar. So that was coin of gold or coin of silver. Got it?
Right.
Then they said, this is also difficult to take gold and silver here and there. So then they agreed upon this paper currency or bill currency. So now this paper, as far as the paper is concerned, it means nothing. What is the price of $100 bill?
It's
Nothing, not 1 penny even. It does not worth
nothing.
1 penny even. But its value based on the agreement of the government with the general public.
Sure.
That is our agreement with the government and government agreement with us. That this paper with this type of mark, that will be considered equal to $100 of gold. Got it? So that's an agreement. You are getting it or not?
Got it.
Yes. Now, in the very beginning, the states were bound to print the bills, the currency bill, to the extent of their reserve gold. To the extent of
The reserve gold.
their reserve. For example, if a state had gold equal to $1 billion, so then the state was allowed only to print currency bills to the extent of $1 billion only. But now no more. Now there is no control on that. Yes? For EDD, they were printing the bills. Yes, for stimulus check,
Printing.
they were printing the bills. Got it? And giving it to the people. Because they have to keep the business going on and the economy going on. Got it? But what is the after effect?
Inflation.
Yes. What?
Inflation.
Inflation. Yes. The result is inflation. So what will be the effect of inflation on the life of the general public? Price hiking. What?
Price hike.
Price hiking. Unemployment. And when these currency bills are getting printed in such a way that prices are hiking and non-employment is taking place, so now they have introduced for such situation a new term which is called the stagflation. 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 Got it? Because this makes the life miserable. This makes the life
Miserable.
miserable. So anyhow, now why they agreed upon gold and silver? For reasons. That only this the ground. Why not on copper? Why not on steel? Why not on iron? For reason. Number one, that it does not get rust. Does it accept? That's why it is considered the best conductor. Why the best conductor? Because rust is not there. Yes, electric current is passing very soon through gold and silver. Yes, then third number, the copper. Third number is what?
Copper.
The copper. Yes, so, and then the fourth number is,
Brass.
say,
Brass.
brass. And the fifth number is, just go like this, aluminium.
Aluminum.
Yes, so all these electric wires are of what?
Aluminum.
Aluminium.
Masha.
Got it? Should we start electric class or what? This Hawad is looking at me.
Masha.
That what a trauma sheikh this is.
Stuff.
Hawad, I lost my life in all these things.
Stuff.
Got it? So, which is good or bad? That is good. Okay. So anyhow, it does not take rust. So when it does not take rust, so it is not decreasing. It is not decrease. Yes. Just put the gold somewhere underground in the mud, and after hundreds of years, just bring it out. No rust is there. That will be the same gold, or something will be happen to it. Nothing will happen. Same is the case of silver. Got it? So that is number one, that it is not getting decreased. Number two, so that is the proper reason. But other reasons are only, you can say, point scoring. So the other reason is that is good for human health as well. And that's why the herbal medicine doctors, they are making some vitamin type of medicine from gold and from silver. Got it? So they called it Kushtay Nukra. Kushtay Nukra, that they killed silver. And Kushtay Zahab, that they killed. So other things are there, but a small part of that medicine is gold. A small part of that is the silver. As you know, that all these atoms are there in our body or not?
Yes.
Say,
Yes.
steel is there or not?
Yes.
And copper?
Yes.
That's the aluminium? Yes. And the gold?
Yes.
And the silver?
Yes.
Got it? But what? the modern science is doing? Yes, they are with the chemical process. They are bringing out its jawhar and then they put it in a capsule or whatever and give it to you. And the herbal medicine, they are killing it in a different way. They are killing it in a different way because you cannot gold and just, yes, it will go down. The way you cut it, yes, you will see it there in the gutter. Yes, so they kill it to make it digestible. To make it digestible. So then it gives you the energy, it gives you the power and things like that. But Naseem, take care. Sometimes you make hurry. Yes, you should not go and yes at home. But ever gold your wife has that you have to crush it and just eat it to be strong.
You wouldn't waste the gold for health.
Got it? And so it's number 2 and number 3. That is also tajmeel. Tajmeel means beauty. The woman, they are using gold. Yes or not?
Yes.
And they are using silver. Sometime back they used to use silver. Now no more. So, now, that was the case, but we were talking about the ownership. That possession gives you the ownership. Ownership. It has reasons or causes which gives you the ownership. So some reasons are original and some reasons are by transfer. So original, as I told you, you caught the fish. It was not owned by anyone. So that is your original ownership. You are the first owner. You are the first owner. Got it? Now the same fish, if somebody else want to own it, so that will take place by transfer. It will take place by transfer. So for this original, like catching fish, bird, wild animal, firewood from a jungle which is not owned by anybody, grass from the same jungle, yes? Water from the running river. Because all these things are not owned by anybody. So the one who possessed it, he owned it. The one who possessed it, he owned it. Or to cultivate a barren land. Cultivate a barren land. Barren land is a land which is not owned by anybody. Yes, it is lying there for no reason, but never owned by anybody. And that is barren, it is not growing. Why? The bushes, the shrubs, yes, the ups and downs, no water. So that's barren. Got it? Which is called Ardul Mawat. There is a special chapter coming in Hujjatullah later on. Ardul Mawat. Ardul Mawat, literal meaning is dead earth or dead land. So that is dead because it's not giving any production. Got it? But as I told you, that Ardul Mawat technically, number one, not owned by anybody. That is one thing. Number two, that is barren. Barren in a sense, either that is a quagmire, lot of water, waterlogged area. So in waterlogged area you can sow a crop. No, or that is totally dry. Yeah, like Death Valley. Like what? Like Death Valley, no water is there. So you will arrange it from somewhere. The water from San Francisco, yes, you will bring it and then you will cultivate the area. So number one, not owned by anybody. Number two, apparently it is not sowable. It is not sowable. And number three, that is far from the well-built town and cities. That is not adjacent to. That is not adjacent to. Why this third condition? Because it can be used for public use. This land could be used for public what? The park, the playground, the park, the playground for Salati Janaza. Yes, lot of people back home, they are getting together, they need a big place to perform the Salati Janaza. So, if that is adjacent to the city and to the town, so even though not owned by anybody, yes, not sowable, but it could be used for public use, so that's why that is not considered Ardul Mawat. If somebody will start, yes, agriculture there, so then where the kids will play? Yes, that's what Imam Abu Hanifa at that time he said. Where the people will perform Salati Janazah, Salati Eid. Got it? So now, they are far from, it depends. That's up to the government. Yes, the diameter. How far? The diameter? How far? At that time, Imam Muhammad rahmatullahi alayhi, he was asked by someone, how far? So at that time, electric was there? Say, sound system was there?
No.
He said that if the Fajr prayer, the Fajr Azan is not heard there, for example, here is a city. Yes, in city, close to its boundary there is a masjid. And as you know that back home, the Azan is not given outside, inside, it's given outside. And that's an elevated place. Yes, so an elevated place, if early in the morning, because in the morning, when the sun rays are not coming down, because sun rays and lights, it has magnetic edge. So it controls the voice. When it is not risen, so then the voice go too far. So Imam Muhammad says that if you will stand there and you will not hear the azan of that masjid for Fajr prayer, so it means that that is not adjacent to the city. The people they were. And furthermore, sallallahu ta'ala.